It should come as no surprise that clean energy is a big theme at Auto Expo 2023. But you must remember that electrification is not the only way forward, as many automakers believe there are alternatives, including cleaner fuel. This year, we have the Ethanol Pavilion. It's a dedicated space to ethanol, explaining to those attending the show how ethanol actually works, what it really is, and why it's seen as an alternative fuel option, because it's cleaner, it's easier to produce, it's produced from biomass, so you use crops containing sugar or starch. It results in waste reductions, in CO2 savings, and is possibly also going to contribute to lower fuel prices. The good thing for enthusiasts is you'll get to see some vehicles here from certain manufacturers who aren't even participating this year. So let's start with this. We've got the Bajaj Pulsar NS 160. I will just ask my camera person to take a look at the specifications of the motorcycle. So as you can see, it denotes a flex fuel usage range, which indicates how much is the ratio of ethanol that this bike can take. So 0 means no ethanol, and 85 means the fuel blend is 85 and 15 in favor of ethanol and petrol. So you have 85% ethanol and 15% petrol. As you can see, the specifications are actually pretty comparable to the standard petrol engine Bajaj Pulsar NS 160. Power is slightly down, and fuel efficiency also takes a mild hit, but it is cleaner as such as a fuel. Now, I'll just ask my camera person to move a little bit to show you the motorcycle itself. It doesn't look any different from the standard motorcycle, but as you can see, it's got a small logo on the right panel which says E85 Flex to denote that this motorcycle can actually run on flex fuel or a blend of ethanol and petrol. Now, if you come around to this side, you will see a motorcycle from yet another manufacturer not present at this year's Expo. This is the Hero Glamour. It's the Glamour X-Tech variant, and once again, this has a ethanol rating of E20 to E85, which means it can take a blend of 20% ethanol and 80% petrol, or it can even take 85% ethanol and 15% petrol. Once again, not much different in terms of its appearance. It looks like the standard motorcycle, but it has this small FFV logo to denote that it's a flex fuel vehicle, and it has this stickering on the tank, so it shows what blends are perfect for the motorcycle. To its right is another motorcycle, another brand that we don't see at this year's Auto Expo. It's Honda. Honda two-wheelers is here with the XRE 300 Rally. Now, I'm sure a lot of off-roading enthusiasts will love this motorcycle. It's an enduro-style adventure motorcycle. If you'll just come around here quickly, you'll see some of the specifications of the bike. Once again, you can see flex fuel usage range is E20 to E85. So it's basically the same thing. It can run on a blend of 20% ethanol and 80% petrol, or 85% ethanol and 15% petrol. But again, if you take a look at the motorcycle, there's really not much to denote the fact that this is a special motorcycle in any way, or it's any different from the standard petrol bike. Over here, yet again, another manufacturer not present at this year's Auto Expo, Suzuki two-wheelers. We have the Gixxer 250 flex fuel vehicle prototype. So Suzuki is showcasing this motorcycle for the first time. The Gixxer has been a popular model for the brand in India, and now we'll probably be seeing this flex fuel variant come out sometime, maybe in the next year or so. As you can see, power figures are pretty identical to the standard bike, and it can run on either E20 or E85, the blend depending on the availability of this particular blend. Over here, if you look at the bike, it has a slightly different paint scheme. The standard Gixxer is more popular for its signature blue shade. Here you can see it's a combination of silver and green. The green, of course, to denote that this is a cleaner, greener motorcycle, and it has this flex fuel stickering on the front panel over here. On that side, you will see a few more motorcycles from manufacturers not present at this year's show. So over here we have the TVS Apache RTR 164V. We have two bikes here actually. If you may remember, this motorcycle was actually launched a few years ago. TVS had even given a price for it. And once again, it runs on an E20 to E85 flex fuel blend. Power figures are more or less identical to the standard RTR 164V. This technology is something TVS has had for a while, but it has been waiting to launch this motorcycle in the market for people to buy because it's still waiting for the fuel to be rolled out as it is not currently available across India in a widespread manner. On this side, you will see Yamaha. Yamaha is also missing from this year's Auto Expo, but Yamaha is here with the FZ15 ABS, which is the Brazil spec motorcycle. And it is interesting in the way that this is the only ethanol vehicle at the pavilion that can take a blend of E100. So it can run on pure ethanol, 100% ethanol, no blending with petrol needed at all, which is an advantage for those using it in the Brazil market because ethanol is cheaper to buy than petrol. And once again, you look at the motorcycle, it looks like your standard FZ15. You won't know that it's any different from the standard motorcycle. There's nothing to show that this is any different from the petrol motorcycle that you can buy. If we'll just move right to the front, over there are two cars at the ethanol pavilion, one of which will be of particular interest to a lot of people because it is the Toyota Corolla. Now, we haven't seen the Corolla in a long time in India. This model was taken off sale a few years ago, but it is being showcased as a flex fuel vehicle at Auto Expo. Now, Toyota is also here on its own. It has its own pavilion, but this vehicle is over here at the ethanol pavilion. You can see it looks completely different to the Corolla that we had here in India a few years ago. It looks much nicer, much more modern. And if you'll just quickly come here, you can take a look at the specifications of the vehicle. Once again, you can see that it runs on a blend of either E20 or E85. So depending on availability, you can choose either blend of ethanol and petrol available. And to our left is a vehicle most Indian households are familiar with. That is the WagonR Flex Fuel. So the WagonR Flex Fuel was shown for the first time a few months ago. And once again, as you can see, it looks like the standard WagonR, not much to differentiate it, apart from this green sort of theme that runs across the bodywork. And you can also see the Flex Fuel stickering on the bonnet and also along the sides of the doors, though that is really only to demonstrate that this is a flex fuel vehicle at the show. I don't believe that this will actually make it to the final production vehicle when it actually goes on sale. If you'll just quickly come with me, I'll show you some of the specifications of the WagonR Flex Fuel. Once again, you can see it has the same 1.2 liter engine as the standard WagonR. Power figures also remain more or less the same, and it can run on a blend of either E20 or E85. So there you have it. There's a different take on clean mobility at Auto Expo 2023. It's not just electric vehicles. You will see a variety of vehicles when you're here. Let us know what you think of ethanol as a potential fuel of the future. If you would buy a flex fuel vehicle in the time to come, and let us know which vehicle from this lot you found the most exciting. Remember to follow all the action from the motor show on the hashtag Auto Expo on TV9, and remember to follow News9 Live.